The news emerged last week that large tracts of Otago and Southland Coast could be opened up for the commercial harvesting of paua. The Ministry for Primary Industries is reviewing whether to allow commercial harvesting in areas including the Otago Peninsula and the Clutha River. Rhys Bartlett opposes the plan, and he joins us this evening. Good evening to you, Rhys.
Good evening, how's things?
Now, you launched, along with the group, opposition to the plan today. Tell us why you did it.
Today, Power to the People was launched. It's an organisation that's a community-based group. It covers a lot of people, and today we're in the Octagon and we were just trying to make things aware. Local artist Simon Khan came up with the idea of sewing some power shells, being in the public eye, handing out some submissions, and generally dozens of people were coming up to us and were overwhelmed and could not believe the government's action of trying to open up closed areas of virgin power stocks to the commercial industry and potentially taking away a food source from a local community.
So the reaction to the event today was a good one. The launch followed a meeting that you had earlier in the week. Tell us about that meeting.
Well, the meeting, we only really came aware of this whole situation about a week ago, just for some friends, did some research, looked up the MPI website, which is very hard to follow. We thought holding a public meeting would be a great thing to do. So we managed to get a venue via the South Coast Border Riders, and at 10 to 7, I was a nervous man. I was thinking, I'm not sure, I'm not used to this thing. By 7:30, the doors were overflowing. We had community members from the Otago Peninsula, the local Rananga, we had the university, we had dive clubs, we had old people, young people, females, not necessarily just power gatherers, but the wider community that benefits from the fact that your uncle might go for a dive, he'll bring you around a food source. It's part of that Kiwiana that we're all really passionate about. We feel it's a bit of a given right, you know, so our reason for the meeting was just to raise awareness for power of the people.
So the Ministry says that there are no changes proposed to areas that recreational fishermen can go to. How do you respond to that?
Well, I find this quite an interesting question, because basically when you say there's no change in the area used by commercial fishermen, recreational, we can still use the same, but there's competition comes in, you see. Now, I know for a fact that a team of 4 good divers in a virgin pristine area like we've got on the Otago Peninsula have the potential to take between 3 and 5 tonnes of power. Now, that equates to about 1,500 to 1,700 individual powers. Now, how can that not affect a recreational diver? If you take 10 powers for one person, and 10 powers can possibly feed up to 20 people, half a power a person, that's a good taste, 17,000, and they can get this in one day, on a good day of diving. Commercial pressure can be a huge, huge thing for us.
So what next for your group then?
Next for our group, tomorrow we're organising to actually go and dive these sites. We've got some great people on board that have got some good skills for the camera. We're going to try and get some video footage. There is no scientific data from the power industry as to what the stocks are here. The Ministry of Primary Industry has no information on the amount of recreational divers. So the best thing the public can do out there for us, please, is to come and join our organisation. Have a look on the website. We've got a website called www.powertothepeople.org.co.nz. You can come along there, you can see the information, and all we're about is just trying to let the public know what's happening and what they can actually do about it.
Okay, Rhys Bartlett, thank you very much for your time and coming into the studio tonight.